All right, welcome everybody, all members to website, social media integration, and blueprint webinar starting at right now. This is a members only class. So if you're not a member, please do us a favor and click out of here and have a great day. This information is exclusively for members of Salon and Spa Marketing Toolkit, which you should be. I'm Mike Colosi, president of Salon and Spa Marketing Toolkit. Today, helping with facilitate this webinar are my famous brother, Mark Colosi, and our famous website guru, John Kelly. You'll hear a little bit more from them a little bit later. A few helpful tips to get through or as you're watching this webinar. Make sure that you're in a quiet room with your computer so you won't be distracted by others, and turn your volume on. Turn off your cell phone, lock your door, put a do not disturb sign on it, and you are good to go. Don't multitask doing other things because this presentation is all for your benefit. We'll have a couple 5-minute breaks, so don't worry, we're not going to force you to sit there for too long without taking a break. But make sure that you get back to this webinar when the break is done, because this is we've got a lot of great information and we don't want you to miss a single minute of it. If connection is lost, just simply log back on. If you see our screen freeze, just stay where you are, and we'll resume with the presentation. How and why this came about? Well, we were a marketing program we started 8 years ago or so, and for the first lot of years, we were getting emails and phone calls from our members asking us to take a look at their websites because their current websites were not generating any new clients for them. So as we went along and we were looking at these websites, we discovered that there was a huge problem. Salons and spas and stylists, they had very nice looking websites for the most part, but they weren't generating any new clients. So we decided to tackle this issue, and we came up with a formula after years of trying and testing. We came up with a direct response formula, which we're going to tell you all about, because we realized at that point that websites were not being used as a marketing tool. They were more or less a business card on steroids for most of you. So we tackled this, and lo and behold, a bunch of years later, 3 or 4 years later, here we are. We have shown this webinar to literally thousands of our members. We've literally turned common websites into generating new client machines. So we're gonna show you how we do that. What we want you to do is watch this presentation. Keep in mind that we are going to offer a resource for you. If you want to take advantage of it, you definitely should do that. But you will have a couple choices as we go along. So pay attention, buckle up, get focused, do not miss a single minute of this, and let's rock and roll. So how do you create a website with social media integration that will drive pre-qualified, pre-motivated, high-profit clients to you day and night automatically? First up is Mark, my brother Mark. He graduated from SUNY Geneseo in 1981 with a management science degree concentrating in marketing. He then worked in the telecommunications industries for the first as a salesperson, working all the way up to VP of marketing. In 1988, man, he's getting old. He left the telecommunications industry and co-founded and became president of Eagle Research, which performed time management and productivity training for corporations large and small. In 1993, he sold his interest and founded a business training company called The Wealth Factory. Their primary focus was helping small businesses with their marketing, which he ran for the next 9 years until he sold it in 2002. He then retired at the ripe old age of 45, and after 5 years of being bored, as he tells me, he joined me to help you guys, salon and spa owners and stylists. So without further ado, I'd like to bring Mark up, and he's going to present for you.
Thanks, brother.
You got it, man.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Thanks for being here with us. We got some great information for you today. So I'm going to be covering parts 1 and 2, and then you will hear the great wisdom of John Kelly and my brother Mike kind of wrap this up. So what I'm going to talk about is great marketing is great marketing no matter the medium. So what's the difference between image advertising and direct response advertising? Image advertising is similar to the advertising you see, let's see, on the Super Bowl, where companies pay, I think this year it was like $9 million for a minute spot, where what that company's trying to do is to capture that little space in your mind for their product or service. For example, in our minds, if you drink beer, you have a favorite beer. It could be Budweiser, it could be Michelob, it could be Labatt's. Whatever company's done the best job in capturing that little space in your mind, plus your likes and dislikes. You have a favorite beer, and it goes on like that for just about every product or service that you see in the big leagues. So they're spending a tremendous amount of money trying to capture that little space in your mind so that when you're out shopping, you're going to choose their product. On the flip side, there's direct response advertising, which is getting you to take action and get a direct response as soon as possible. Now, because image advertising is so expensive and it takes so much time for people to capture that little space in your mind, that we don't really concentrate on that, because it's tough to get that to work in the salon and spa industry, because you don't have the amount of money or the time it takes for image advertising to actually work. So what makes direct advertising get outstanding results? There's a formula for it, and I'm going to cover this formula. And this is for any kind of marketing and advertising you do, whether it can be on a website or print or a brochure or a sales letter. If you follow this formula, your chances for success, or what I mean, a good response, go through the roof. So let's cover these one at a time. A headline, it grabs the attention, it increases the response. And if we've all stood in a grocery line and we look over at the magazine cover, the magazines there, and copywriters are paid thousands and thousands of dollars to write good headlines on those magazines, because those companies know that if you don't pick up that magazine, if that headline doesn't get your attention, the chances of you looking through that magazine and purchasing are slim to none. So they know that the headline is very important. And we've all seen the headlines on magazines, and they're written to get us to pick that magazine up. So here's the most powerful words you can use in headlines: how to, free, new, you, yes, guarantee, and secret. So here's some headline examples. You get our best service ever, or it's free. Thousands of our members are using this headline right now on their marketing materials and their website, and getting tremendous results from it. How a new discovery made a plain woman beautiful. Beauty expert proves 2 of 3 women can have more beautiful hair in 7 days. New shampoo leaves your hair smoother, easier to manage, or it's free. Everywhere, women are raving about this amazing new salon. Do you do any of these 7 embarrassing things with your hair? So do you see how those headlines draw you into the copy? And it's no different on a website, which we're talking specifically about today. You got to have a good headline there, because if someone lands on your website, the name of your salon or spa or your name means absolutely nothing to them, because they don't know you yet. They need a great headline. You need a great headline to draw them in. The second element in the formula is testimonials, because what others say about you is indefinitely more believable than what you could ever possibly say about yourself. Would you be more likely to try a new restaurant if your neighbor told you how wonderful it was, or if you saw an ad in the newspaper for it? Of course, you'd be more likely to try it if your neighbor couldn't stop bragging about it. You see, when someone else says something about you that's non-related, that's a third party, it's more believable, because when people say things about themselves, it's kind of looked at as bragging or puffing. Or a newspaper article or a newspaper ad, the reader knows that you paid money to put that ad in that paper. Okay, so in this instance, if you saw an ad about a restaurant, it's not as compelling as someone coming up to you and saying how great it was, a friend or a relative or an associate. So how many testimonials should you use? Well, you can never really have too many. We know a professional speaker that's a friend of ours who books about 80% of the people that request information from him. And all he does, he has a cover letter and he has a box, and he puts over 200 letters in that box of people that he's done business with in the past. So he lets those letters do the selling and convincing for him. He just puts a cover letter in that says, "Thank you for your interest. Please find enclosed letters from people that I've done business with." And people get that, and they look through all these letters, and of course, these letters are saying great things about him. And he books 80% of the people that request information, and he's busy all year long. Okay, so he's letting his past clients sell for him. So what if you don't have any testimonials right now? You're sitting here, you're watching this, and you say, "I love this, I believe in it, but I don't have any now." First thing you want to do is you want to talk to your clients who just love you. Now, all of us in our client base, there's at least 10 to 20% of our clients who absolutely love us and will do anything for us. So you want to talk to those people first. You ask them for testimonials, but you don't leave it up to them to write it from scratch, because most people don't like to write. And second of all, they don't write it in an emotional, compelling style. So if they did write you a testimonial, it wouldn't be powerful enough. It wouldn't have the right things in it to make it compelling. So what do? You ask them to fill out this form. And this form is in the program and on Member Central. So you just ask them to fill this out. And then you see at the bottom, it says, you're getting their authorization to use it. So they fill it out, you get the information, and you craft the testimonial yourself. And we show you how to do that in the program. Okay, so now you're getting clients filling this out, you're starting to write good testimonials, and you're starting to get a bank of these testimonials that you can use. So what should they say? In general, you should have one testimonial for each benefit. For example, if you offer, say, color service, you color people's hair, you want to have a testimonial all about that. If you offer a specific service, you want to have a testimonial about that, or more than one testimonial, so that the person reading the testimonials can see it's specific to what they're going to be getting at your salon or spa. Okay, so it's more direct, it's more believable. So the more detail and the more specific it is, the more believable it is. And you see testimonials all the time where they're afraid to write the person's name. So it might be like J. Smith. Well, normal people look at that and they think to themselves, is that real or not? So you want to give the person's name, their occupation, and their city. Okay, so what should you do with your testimonials? You can keep a book of them in your salon so that when people are in your reception area, they can look them over. You definitely want to have them on your website, and John and Mike will show you where, and on all your marketing pieces. Let your clients sell for you, okay? Because what they say is a lot more believable than what you could ever possibly say about yourself. Okay. The next thing on the list is an irresistible offer. So what's going to make someone respond? All people want to feel like they're getting something special. So you can offer them something free with a high perceived value. That's one of the reasons why we recommend that you send out a newsletter to all your clients and prospects because it's valuable information that they couldn't get anywhere else. And you always want to remember the lifetime value of a client. So these are things you can do for relatively almost no cost to a little bit of money, but you got to understand the lifetime value of a client. You got to keep nurturing that client. And you definitely can pay a little bit of money to get a new client. The next thing is a deadline, because unless you motivate people to respond now, they never will. Their life happens to everybody. They get distracted, they procrastinate, and you got to give people a deadline date. And Mike and John are going to show you more about that. And never give them more than 2 weeks. So what we mean by this is if you're offering a special at your salon or spa, there's a 2-week deadline for them to set the appointment, not to get the services performed, but to actually set the appointment. All right, what's in it? WIIFM, what's in it for me? You know, clients only want to know one thing. When faced with a buying decision, everybody has a little radio station going on in their head called What's in It? WIIFM, what's in it for me? And they want to quickly and clearly understand what's in it for them. And that's why having a headline is so important, because the name of your salon does not tell them what's in it for me. They want to know right away what's in it for me, because people are bombarded with advertising nowadays. There's billboards, there's stuff on the internet. You turn the TV on, your radio, everywhere you turn, people are trying to sell you things and advertise to you, to your prospects and your clients. So you got to tell them what's in it for them. Now, the next thing here is you need to only have one objective. Now, we've all seen advertisements with so much going on in them. We've seen websites with so much going on that we can't figure out what to do next. And a confused mind shuts down. So you should only have one objective. And from a website standpoint, it's getting a client, getting them to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So if you have more than one, you're going to confuse people, and they're not going to take action. They're going to log off. Okay, this is really important. Having a big, bold, solid guarantee. The better the guarantee you have, the more people are going to buy, the more people are going to call you up for an appointment. So here's a guarantee that thousands of our members are using right now with no negative effect. 100% no risk guarantee. As the owner, we want our clients to be super pleased. In fact, absolutely delighted with everything we do. So all of our work comes with our ironclad risk-free guarantee. What does this mean? Simply this. If you aren't happy with our work, we'll touch it up for free. If you're still not thrilled, you can have your money back. No questions asked, no hard feelings. It's your choice. We stand behind our work 100%. If you ever have any questions or concerns about our work, please call us right away. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, and it's absolutely natural, I can't afford to do this. I'll get people calling me all the time to do corrective work. If I do that, everyone will want their money back, to rip me off. This is a natural reaction that's completely untrue. Is it bold? Yes. Is it strong? Yes. Is it risky? Not at all. Think about it this way. Your guarantee takes all the risk out of doing business with you. When you have such a strong guarantee, people know you're completely confident in your work, and they'll develop trust with you. All right. You know, we have members tell us all the time, they get new clients coming in, and they ask them, you know, how'd you hear about us? They say, well, I saw your website. Well, what on the website made you choose me over all your other choices? They said, you know, this is their client speaking. You know, I went to a lot of different websites to try to choose a salon or spa, and on yours you had this big guarantee, and no one else did. So this guarantee differentiates you from all your competition, and it gets people to build. You're reversing the risk of doing business with you, because for someone to do business with you, they first have to trust you. and they can't possibly trust you because they don't know you yet. So this guarantee reverses the risk of doing business with you, and you'll get a lot more clients because of it. Now, there's no doubt you're probably guaranteeing your services now. You're probably doing everything humanly possible to keep people happy because you know what the negative effect is of having someone walk out that's not happy. You know, they can spread bad word of mouth advertising. They can go on the internet and post things about you negatively, and that could hurt you. So, but you're not putting your guarantee out there as a marketing tool to get more clients. So you need to do that. And again, John and Mike will show you where on the website specifically to do that. Okay, the next thing is telling your story because it adds credibility and people want to know why, they want to know who they're doing business with and they want to know why you're making a specific offer to them. So one of the things our members like you do all the time is, we're all about this grassroots type marketing. So you can simply tell people, I'd rather give my clients money for referrals than pay the Yellow Page companies or TV or a radio or a newspaper. So just tell them the truth why you're doing something. If you're holding a holiday party, why are you doing it? You may be raising money for a charity. Maybe this is your way of getting your clients and friends to know more about you. Whatever it is, just tell the truth of why you're doing something and you'll get a better response for it. Okay, this is a big one. You need to have compelling reasons. You must tell potential clients how you're unique, different, and outstanding compared to your competition. Because if you don't do that, if you don't give them the criteria for what makes you different, what makes you better, what allows you to charge premium prices that people happily pay, if you don't give the criteria that people are going to think you're the same as the salon or spa down the street, and they'll have no choice but to compare you on the only thing they can compare you on, and that is price, and you don't want that, and that's a whole nother webinar. But once you start lowering your prices to compete, it's a downward spiral, and then you don't have the amount of money to provide the good quality value that you should be, okay? So I've got ahead of myself a little bit, but what makes you authentic, unparalleled, and superior, which allows you to demand and happily get premium prices? The next element in the formula is follow-up. You need to stay in contact with your clients and prospects because people don't buy or they don't switch to you when you want them to. They do it when they're ready. So they may come to your website and maybe they're just not convinced to leave where they are now, but they're looking around. Something happened in their life where they're not 100% satisfied with where they're at and they're looking to make a change, but maybe they're not ready to switch just yet. They need a little time. So they come to your website and they opt in for, let's say, your newsletter, which Mike and John are going to show you how to do that. Or they opt in for your consumer awareness guide. So you've gotten there. Now you have their name and their email, and there's a way to just send them automatic follow-ups to keep in contact with you because when they're ready to switch, they're going to choose you because you followed up with them and your competitors aren't following up. All right, so that wraps up the formula. And I want to just reiterate here that no matter where you're marketing and advertising, you need to follow this formula, and your website is no different. It's just another medium to deliver your marketing message. So John and Mike are going to show you how all these elements of this formula have been crafted in a website to dramatically increase the chances of someone calling you for an appointment once they land on that website. Okay, so that's the secret sauce. That's the formula or the recipe to have a website that gets people to pick up the phone and call you for appointments. And that's what you want. You know, a lot of salon owners have succumbed to the idea that a website should be more just like a brochure and it shouldn't generate new clients. But that's totally false. Don't fall into that trap of the norms of the regular salon spa owners. A website should have one purpose, and that's to get you new clients and to get people to pick up the phone and call you for appointments, okay? The second part is I want you to clearly understand why you must have a direct response driven website for your salon or spa. The changes that have been going on in the marketplace. This is, you know, why do you need this? Well, the decline of traditional media, yellow pages, Google and Yahoo, it's faster and easier to look up people. The green movement, you know, there's a lot of counties now that require you to request a yellow page book. In other words, you just don't get it delivered to you automatically anymore. You got to request it. And all this means that there's fewer and fewer people going to the yellow pages, which means a lower response. The same thing with newspapers. You can get it online now. You know, I used to get the newspaper every day of the week, and then I cut back to Sundays, and then I just got rid of Sundays as well. So, because I can get it all online. So readership is way down. So that means if you run an ad in the newspaper, there's fewer and fewer people actually seeing the ad because there's fewer and fewer people getting the newspaper, and that means a lower response. And to top it all off, because they're losing readership, a lot of these newspapers are actually charging more for the ad to stay in the business. Okay, so it costs you more, you have less of a response. Same thing with TV. There's hundreds of stations. You know, I'm aging myself here, but when I grew up, there was 3 stations. Now there's hundreds, and you can tape your favorite stations, and you skip over all the ads. So all of that again means fewer eyeballs, lower response. Same thing with radio, iPods, MP3, satellite, Pandora, and others. Fewer, really should be ears, equals lower response. All right. I want to reiterate something here because, you know, this webinar is specifically about websites, but I don't want you to fall into the trap of just getting your website working and then forgetting about all your other marketing, because the scariest number in business is 1. If you only have one way to get clients and it stops working because of something out of your control, your new client flow stops dead in its tracks. So it's much more safer and more secure to have multiple ways to get new clients, so that if one stops because of something out of your control, your new client flow stops dead in its tracks. You know, there was a lot of companies that relied heavily on telemarketing for their business model. And then the no-call list came out that killed that industry. And then there was a lot of companies that relied on faxing. And then the laws changed in that, and that killed their industry. So don't rely on one way to get clients. Rely on multiple ways, and you'll always have good client flow. So what actually makes a sale happen? In this case, I want to say a sale is someone picks up the phone and calls you for an appointment. It's the right message to the right market at the right time. If one of those is off, they're not going to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So the right message, we're going to be talking about that. All these things on your website, that is the message. Targeting the right people. So yes, there will be people that click on your website that aren't your particular market. Maybe it's maybe your target market is women ages 30 from 70, and a male happened to get on your website. That's okay. Your website will sort, sift, pre-qualify, and deliver to you the right people. And then the right time. You know, are they ready to make that switch? Some of them will be. Maybe they just moved into the area. But that timing thing is important, and that's why it's important to have the follow-up, because it might not be they might be the right message and the right people, but maybe it's not the right time for them. And that's why follow-up is so important, because that time will be right somewhere in the future if you follow up with them. So those three things have to be in line for someone to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So what are the media delivery systems? In this particular case, prospects are using smartphones, they're using their PC, and they're using their iPad. And John and Mike are going to show you that you need to build a website. Your website needs to be able to function properly on all these devices. In other words, you don't want someone to pick up their smartphone and go to your website and doesn't look right. It's got to look right on their phone. And these guys are going to get more into the details on that. So what do we mean when we say a direct response website? Well, what we mean is it's not image. It gets people to take that action and pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. And it'll be trackable and measurable. So you know how many people are going to land on your site. You'll know how many of them opted in for one of your free reports or your newsletter or your client, your consumer awareness message, or how many people pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So you'll know how many new clients you're getting every month from your website. So kind of wrapping up here, I want to just cover this really quickly because this is really critical. I want to explain the difference between offline and online marketing and why the paradigm has shifted and it's never going back. When you do offline marketing, let's say you run an ad in the newspaper or you do a TV spot or a radio spot, a big part of the expense is to find a prospect first that is your ideal client. So you're going out there and you're looking for that ideal client through your advertising. An example would be, 95% of the people that would see your ad in a publication might not even be your potential client. They might not be geographically in the right place. They might, if you target just women, they might be a man. So a big part of that type of marketing is finding that ideal client that can see your marketing message. On the other hand, when people go online, they already have a need or their want, and they're looking for you. So they're already primed and ready to buy and ready to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So when they land on your website, it's got to have those elements that I talked about in it to dramatically increase your odds of them calling you for an appointment. If they go to a pretty fancy website that's got a million things going on and buttons flashing all over the places and things going everywhere, they're going to get confused and they're not going to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So that's what we're here talking about, and that's what John and Mike are going to be really focusing in here in the next segments here. So pay really good attention. So you survived until now without dominating your market online, but can you survive in the future? That's the big question, and the answer is yes, if you pay attention and do what these guys are going to tell you here. All righty. Any questions?
Yeah, we got questions rolling in.
Okay.
I don't get how good marketing relates to a good website.
Well, a website is it delivers your marketing message. So good marketing, no matter where it is good marketing. In other words, people can pick up a piece of paper and see your marketing, or they can watch it on a screen. And that's all, in its simplest terms, you're delivering your marketing message through the computer so someone can see it. So it's got to be good. It's got to have that formula in it. It's got to be done properly, or you're not going to get the response that you're looking for.
I have a lot of competition, so I have to keep my prices low. I don't know if that's a question, but it's a statement.
Yeah. That's because you're not giving your potential clients the criteria that makes you different. You know, you can buy a watch now for $5, or you can, I was at a seminar where a guy showed me a watch he bought for $1 million. What's the difference? The $1 million watch, that company gave that person the criteria that makes that watch better, different, more unique. So you don't want to compete on price. You want to, just about every product or service you can buy, there's the very low end and there's the high end. So you can pick where you want to go in that middle. And we have members that, that charge $18 for a haircut, and we have members that charge $150 for a haircut. What's the difference? Is the more expensive ones give people the criteria that makes their services better, more unique, different. So if you're in an area that's competitive, you don't want to compete on price, because then you're not going to have the money to provide the value that those clients are looking for. And people aren't looking for the cheapest price. They're looking for the best value. And I go back to think back to the last few major purchases that you personally made. Were they the cheapest, or were they the best value for you? They were the best value for you.
Okay, another question. Are you saying the banner should have my guarantee in it? If so, I'm really hesitant to do that.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is that we've proven that having a guarantee out there is only going to help you get business. You're putting yourself out there, yes, but there's going to be no negative effect to it, because in most cases, you're guarantee your services now. You're just not using it as a marketing tool. So trust us, we have thousands and thousands of members that use a guarantee similar to the one I showed you. We've never had one come back and said, I'm losing money because of this. It's never happened.
Do I really need a website? I have a Facebook page.
Well, these guys are going to get more into that. I'll just tell you, yes, you do, because it's the way people are going to find you now. And you want to be found. So these guys are going to get into all the more specifics of why. But in general, yes, you have to be able to, people are going to find you on the internet. And if you don't have a website, they're not going to find you, because a website is searchable and a Facebook page isn't.
How will I know how and when to market to the right market?
Well, from a website standpoint, you're going to build a website, and it's going to have elements in it that are going to sort, sift, pre-qualify, and predetermine who those clients are. In other words, there'll be things on that website that you can put on there that are going to attract the client you want and force the other clients to go away. In other words, you could simply have a thing, if you're the type of client who's looking for the lowest price, then I'm not the salon for you. Things like that.
Okay. Lot of questions about can I look at a website that you're talking about? Do you guys do websites for us? Questions about creating their own site. Let me just say this. Yes, we do websites. We're going to show you that at the end of this presentation. We'll cover everything that's involved, including pricing at that time. And what else was there? And we are going to show you a website in this presentation when we pull it all together. You will see what a direct response website that we're talking about looks like, the formula. So you will get that, yes. And all the other questions that are coming in, those are questions that John is going to cover in his next presentation. We have domain questions, other questions about linking website to Facebook page, just a lot of those kinds of questions. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So let's take a 5-minute break. It's 9:40. Mark, thank you very much. Great stuff.
Thank you.
It's 9:40. We're going to be back here in 5 minutes, and then I'll introduce John, and he will cover a lot about the inner makings of a website. So we'll see you back here in 5 minutes. All right, everybody. Welcome back. I hope your quick break was good. We got a lot of broad questions coming in. If you guys can keep your questions specific to what we're covering today, that would be great, because otherwise we're going to get way off topic, and we've got a lot of really great information that we have to share with you in a relatively short amount of time. So we want to make sure that you're focused on the topic of today, which is websites and social media integration. So next up, we're going to bring John Kelly. John is our website guy. He has been with us for a bunch of years now. He is top in the industry, highly sought after search engine optimizer. He's been in the business for over 20 years. He's really on top of what the search engines look for. If you don't know what a search engine is, that's Google, YouTube, Bing, Yahoo, anything of that nature. They're constantly changing what they require to show up in their search results, and John is really on top of that. So we're very lucky to have him here today. John's going to cover there's really two parts to a website. It's how you get your website, how your website is found on the internet, and then once it's found, how does it convert a visitor to a client? And I'm going to pretty much cover that end of it, and John's going to cover how it gets found. So pay close attention, because I want you to realize, and Mark talked about this a little bit, I want you to realize how important these online clients are, because for the most part, when somebody searches for the services that you offer in your area, they've already decided to buy. So now what your website does is it seals the deal. It needs to be built in a way that when they show up on your website, they choose you over your competition. So it's a really great prospect, because they've already decided to buy. Now they just have to choose where they want to spend their money. So John is really great at this stuff. He's been with us for, like I said, for a long time now. And it is my pleasure to introduce and have him present. Thanks, John.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for being here today. And just to give you an idea, I'm not going to try to drill a whole bunch of technical stuff into your head today. That's not my intention at all. What I'd like you to do is, and I know that you're really curious about this part of the presentation especially, but if you're going to take some notes, and if you have questions, please write them down and save them for after, okay? Because I'm probably going to cover a lot of your questions and answer them during my presentation. But most importantly, I want you to really listen to this part of it, just so you're not getting overly confused, okay? What I don't want you to do is say, I got to remember all this stuff. No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. What I'm going to do is just show you the inner workings in a very simplified way of how everything that Mark talked about translates over into the internet, okay? And a lot of the stuff you're going to find that you're already very familiar with, but I want to show you why the website part of it is actually important. And I heard a question earlier about Facebook. Well, I already have a Facebook page. Why do I need a website? Well, that's only a small part of it, okay? A Facebook page is meant to be directed back to a website where it's an actual physical property. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to get into, all right? So let's talk about the very first thing, and that is called SEO. SEO, search engine optimization. And that's primarily what I do the most for businesses such as yours, and that is simply this. Get your website found easier and more quickly than your competitors in the search engine results. So we're going to take a look at search engine results and break this down a little bit to give you an idea what this is all about. So I'm going to talk a little bit about search engines, a little 101 stuff, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, okay? Okay, so SEO, if you want the technical term, SEO, it's the process of improving the volume or quality of traffic to a website from search engines by creating and enhancing more natural, unpaid, organic search results. Okay, that's a lot of words, but what does it really mean? It means if somebody goes to take a look for what you're doing, are you going to come up on the first page of the search results of Google, Yahoo, Bing, or even YouTube. And Mark had mentioned something earlier about Facebook. It's not searchable. That is correct. Internally, Facebook is not searchable, but externally it is. You can find a Facebook page in Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Okay, so it's an important property. Now, the other thing about search engine optimization is that we have organic rankings and we also have paid rankings. Okay, so an organic ranking is what we're going to talk about the most. We're talking about natural search results that the search engines say, these are what we recommend to you based on the words or the phrases that you typed in and said you're looking for. So for example, if somebody's looking for a hair salon in your town, okay, well, as soon as you start to type the words hair, immediately, in fact, even just put in the letter H, already, for example, Google starts to recommend words for you and you haven't even finished typing it yet. Well, that's because they know how popular certain words are. So that's what we're going to work on, is the free organic search results, because they're the most trusted search results. The other ones we have are called pay-per-click, or PPC. And pay-per-click is what Google, this is how Google makes their money, by the way, okay? For sponsored search results, that's where you pay to get those. But the problem with those is that they're very biased ads, and you find out when you click on them that you don't always get the results that you want. In fact, actually it's less than 30% now of people actually ever even click on them anymore. So they're kind of going the way of the dinosaur, if you know what I mean. Okay, but here's a page with search results on it. This is a page right out of Google. And if you take a look up there in the top left, you'll see it says Google, and next to that is a search box. And what we typed in there was hair salons in Stoughton, Wisconsin. And you can see the difference in the search results that came up. Now, this slide's a little bit old, but it's still pretty relevant. Okay, you can see at the very, very top there, you have kind of like a highlighted cream color behind the top two listings. They're the pay-per-click results. So that means Yellow Pages paid to get their ad up there, as well as the white pages underneath that. Okay, so that means every time somebody clicks on that link, they pay, and they pay dearly. Believe me, it can get extremely expensive for those. And like I said, when you have fewer than 30% of people out there actually clicking on them, you know, it's not always a great marketing move, okay? What we're more focused on is where most people go to. And I'm not saying this just because I think this is what I do. No, I'm basing this off of actual statistics, where people actually go down the page. Did you know that the first link on the page is actually seldom the least clicked one there is? Most people go down to 2 and 3 and 4, etc., and they scan down the page. So having the very first result on the first page isn't always the greatest thing, okay? So let's take a look at the organic search results. So you can see the little arrow pointing there, and you can see I drew a little line around them. You can see Silverado Point Spa. You can see Stoughton Hair Salon, Yellow Pages. You can see the best hair salon in Stoughton. And you can see map results as well, okay? And they're called local results. We're going to get into those too, how you get those. So this is all I want you to realize for right now. When we go in and we go to Google, for example, you're going to see me talk a lot about Google, okay? It's the #1 search engine on the planet. And Bing and Yahoo, they kind of follow along, but they're nowhere near as big. But when you make something work for Google, it's going to work in Bing and Yahoo as well. So that's why we're going to put most of our focus here. Okay. So organic search rankings, why are they so important? Well, over 73.33% of internet users in 2014 ignored the top page paid ads. Paid ads are biased search results. People learn through experience to trust search engines to provide them with fresh organic results instead of paid ads. Well, think about your experience. When you go online and you go to search for something, do you click the very first thing that you see at the top of the page, or a paid ad? You know, especially now when it says ad right next to it, okay? Even when you're on Facebook, you notice that you see sponsored ads in there all the time now in your news feed, okay? So you learn to be careful. And why do you learn to be careful? Because when you click on them, you tend to not get the thing that you're looking for, okay? So what Google is doing and other search engines are doing is they are trying to provide you with their trust and their bias based on what is best for you. What is it that we think you're looking for? Okay. So how does this translate into a website? Well, what we're going to do is show you that now, and this is where some of the technical stuff gets in it. But again, don't worry about it. You don't need to memorize this stuff. I just want you to get the basic idea, because keep in mind, we have the resources for you that make all this stuff work. And that's coming up at the end here. Okay. But for right now, I just want you to get the idea of why the website is important, how the marketing translates to a website. Okay, so how do I optimize it? Well, first thing you need to do is remember that if any of these changes that you go and do yourself, keep in mind that some of these changes can take at least 1 to 2 months just for them to actually work, okay? And the reason being is because if your website is not visited on a regular daily basis by dozens of people, then what happens is that the search engines kind of think, well, you're not a very active site, so we're not going to come back to you and look and see if you have anything new very often. So they put you on usually a once a month schedule typically, okay? Now, if you're a site like Amazon or somebody like that, they literally come to your website every second to see what you have new, okay? All right. Secondly, we're going to talk about our optimization. In other words, let's make our website optimized to come up better in the search results. We want to do that with the end in mind. Decide exactly how you want your site to be found. What is your site's primary theme? And what do I mean by a theme? What do you do? Are you a salon? Are you a spa? Are you a day spa? Are you a salon and a day spa? Do you do just hair coloring? Do you do nails and things like that? So in other words, what is the number one primary thing that you do? Even if you're a stylist and you're renting space in somebody's salon, you yourself are branding yourself, okay? You are a stylist. That's what you do, okay? And if you're a stylist that does coloring or does this or that or the other thing, whatever that may be, just keep that in mind for right now, okay? All right. So the thing that we do with the website and to make the search engines, to help the search engines find us, is we use what are called keywords and key phrases. Okay, so keywords, believe it or not, are actually what you're typing into a search engine. So if you go to Google, Bing, Yahoo, and you start to search for something like why is this or how is that, if you remember Mark said earlier, there's some very key words that you want to use in your titles to attract people. Well, they're also very common keywords that people use to search for things, okay? So you see the correlation here? All right, so for example, somebody's looking for the best hair salon or best hair salons in Stoughton, Wisconsin. And you can see one of our members here, Amber, coming right up on the first page here. And you can see that the words that they typed up there in search, highlighted yellow, also come up in bold going down the page. Okay, and it just so happens right now that this came up as the first search result. It doesn't always happen every day. If you actually graph your search results on a daily basis like I do, you'll find out it's kind of like watching a stock market graph where just a little needle bounces up and down on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so some days you're number 1, some days you're number 4, some days you're number 2, etc. Okay, so if we take a look at those keywords, again, go down the page, see how everything is bold? Okay, we didn't make those bold, Google did, okay? Google said these are the words you're looking for, so they're trying to make them jump out on the page for you to see where they are. So now we're gonna show you how do we make our website have those words in those places so they kind of jump out, okay? Because it not only does it help the search engines, it helps the people that are looking for what you do. Now, the only thing that's changed here on this page is that you can see the picture there of Amber on the left, but the little thumbnail picture has gone away. Google did away with that toward the end of last year for whatever reason. I don't know why, okay? But the reason why they did that is that's when they introduced what was called authority and verification. In other words, she's a verified owner of that business, okay? And you used to be able to put your picture up there. But I guess Google had too many problems with images, so they decided to get rid of it. But the verification idea is still there. You still verify your business. So you think that helps when it comes to getting your search results to work? Oh, yeah. Okay. So when we talk about search engine optimization standards, the basics, one of the ones we want to talk about is a domain name. Okay, if I back up one slide, and by the way, a domain name is your website address. Okay, so for example, here we're seeing miamisbestdayspa.com. Okay, if I back up here, you can see that Amber's is besthairsaloninsstoughton.com. Okay, so does that mean that if you already have a domain name and it has your business name in it, that means you can never be found in the search results? No, it doesn't mean that at all. Okay, the domain name, and I know a lot of you had questions about this, so a domain name is definitely one of the ingredients in our package here, okay? But it's not the most important thing to have. So if you don't have the perfect domain name, it's okay. You can still make your website work really well, okay? As well, if not better, than somebody who has the perfect domain name. So don't let that confuse you. Don't think I have to go and change everything. No, you don't need to do that. But if you are starting out from scratch and you're starting out brand new here, then it helps when you go and buy a domain name that has your key terms in it. For example, your location and what you do. Okay, so what you do and where you do it. Even if you can just get what you do in it, that's good enough. Okay, that in fact, it's actually better than having it with your location. So that's one of the things that we want to do. Now, the other thing too is if you can get a domain name that also has your business name in it too, great, get that. Okay, but that's not the one that I want you to use for your website. So if my website was sheerexcellencesalon.com, okay, maybe I own that domain name, but I wouldn't want to use that for my website. You say, well, why? I mean, isn't that kind of dumb? No, it's not at all. What I'm saying is, how many people are going to go and search for a Sheer Excellence Salon, and unless they already know who you are? So we're looking for people who don't know who you are. Okay, so if you already have clients that know you, it doesn't matter if they go to, let's say your Sheer Excellence Salon is in Miami. Well, guess what? If they type in Miami's Best Day Spa or Best Hair Salon or whatever.com, or just type in Miami's Best Hair Salon, okay, then you have a much better chance of your search results coming up for Sheer Excellence. And not only that, you know, when you have your business name in there, it's easy to find you online. You don't need any tricks for that. Okay, so here's a browser. In a web browser, you can see that these little tabs that appear up top there, and you can see that there's a red arrow pointing to this particular one. This is called the title tag. And by the way, did you know that this is one of the biggest, even to this day, of all the years I've been doing this, this is still the #1 mistake that most website designers do. Okay, website designers, by the way, are a dime a dozen. Website developers that understand search engine optimization and search marketing, that's a whole different story, okay? So a typical website designer, you know, even like the free ones out there, the Wix.com and, you know, Web.com and Salon Builder and all these things, they promise you SEO. No, they don't, okay? The reality is they get you in there, they give you a couple of words to place here and there, but the fact is every page of your website, you can have as many pages as you want, but they all should have an individual title, okay, for each and every page. So that's what that arrow is pointing to. There's a piece of code there that shows you how we do that. That's, you know, like I said, that's something that we do. But the fact is, if you go and take a look at your website and you open it up and you look at that tab up there, and if it has your business name as first, or it says welcome, or it says home, well, what are the chances of somebody are going to type home and look for you, or welcome? And if they're typing in your business name, great. Well, that means they already know who you are. Okay, but what we're looking for people that don't know who you are. They're looking for what you do and where you do it. So you can see a title is a very, very important piece. Okay, now if you notice the other thing in a search result down below there, you see what's called the description. You only get 2 lines there. And in those 2 lines, you want to be as short and descriptive as possible, because that's all you have, okay, when you come up in a whole list of search results on the page. So if somebody looks at that quickly, you want to make sure you can grab their attention right there, as well as put a couple of your keywords in there too. Okay, now just so you know, and this is kind of technical and I'm going to breeze right through this part, but on pages of your website, there's also HTML code that we use called heading tags. And like there should only ever be one heading tag for an H1 on the page. Well, to give you an idea why that's there, it's simply because the search engines, when they come, they actually, and when I say they come, they actually crawl the internet 24/7, 365 days a year. And they go through all the servers out there that hold all these websites, and whatever website allows them to go into their files, they go through and they read all the pages and they read all the code on the pages within milliseconds. They come up with an idea of what is this page about, and that's what these little H1, H2, H3 things are about, is to help describe what is on that page. Well, think about it. If the better you describe a page to a search engine, the easier it is for the search engine to deliver that information to the people that are looking for what you do. Wouldn't you think? So think of the internet as a great big giant library, and Google is a giant librarian. Okay, and what Google does is simply come along and index websites, put them in order, sort them away, so when somebody goes and does a search, it knows what to deliver. So are you delivering the correct thing? That's the key. Okay. Keyword positioning. Well, we talked about put it in your title. We talked about put it in your domain name. Well, within your content on your pages, we'd like to have them in the first and the last sentence of your pages, or a first paragraph or the last paragraph as well. It doesn't always have to be the first sentence or last sentence. Okay. Excuse me. Images. Did you know that the search engines cannot see pictures? They have no idea. So when you have this big, beautiful flash-driven website with all these nice dynamic things going on, they're usually completely useless when it comes to search engine optimization, because Google can't read pictures. They can't see them. They can only see words. But you can make images, including video, have words that describe what that picture or video is about. And that's called alternate tags or title tags. And the reason why they're there in the first place, by the way, is for people that have disabilities. So think about if you're visually impaired. Well, you can use the internet, but if you can't see the screen, then you typically have a browser that reads what's on the screen to you. Okay, so that's where it's important that if there's an image on that screen, it'll read what that alternate description or the title of that would be. Okay. All right. Now, another thing that we want to do, and we're going to get more into when we talk about the social media aspect of it, is having a blog. Okay. And, you know, our resources include a blog and also how to use it to its full potential. But we're using that to educate people. We're creating more content. So here's the key here. And you're going to see that coming up in the slide as well, is content is king. Okay. The more content that you can create for your website, the more opportunities you have to explain to search engines, hey, I got this stuff out here, send people to my website. Okay, so the more you put out there, the better it can be. And the more opportunities that you have to use keywords. Did you know that you can have more than one page of your website come up in the search results at a time? Well, see, a lot of people think that just a home page is the only one that comes up in the search results. That's not true at all. You could have every single page of your website come up in the search results. And that's why we want to build more and more content. Okay, and keep in mind that search engines, I'll back up one here, they want fresh, relevant, up-to-date information. Okay, so when you start to blog about things that are somewhat topical at that time, even in your neighborhood or in your city or town, believe it or not, that stuff actually gets propagated to the front page very quickly. You'd be amazed if you just talk about a local event in your blog, how quickly you all of a sudden become the top search result for that topic for that day or even that hour. Okay. All right. Do you have more than one service type? Most of you, I assume, would. So you can have more than one page of your website, and I recommend having one service type on each page. Okay, give it each page its own title, its own keywords. That gives it its own potential for coming up in a search result much better than if you put a whole bunch of services on one page. Okay, so, and I put this in bold and italics here because I can't say this enough. It's build correctly, and your websites will sell for you day and night, 24/7. delivering pre-qualified, pre-motivated prospects. Can't say that anymore, okay, or any better than that, I should say, because it's true. And you're saying, well, Mark said good marketing is what I need. Yeah, well, sure. But when you include good marketing onto a website, guess what you have? You got some major horsepower online. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you how you can connect other things online to make your website even stronger. Okay. Now, another little tool here. It's called Google Analytics. Well, Google's pretty important, and Google gives you free tools to use. They want you to make your website as search engine friendly as possible so they can deliver your stuff. So that Google is probably the most helpful of all search engines for people like me. It really is. But with that, they give you these free tracking tools. You can look at your users, how they go onto your website every single day, even up to real time. You can actually click a link and see, you can see over there to the left, it says real time, fourth one down. You can actually see live what people are looking at, how long they're on your website, what page are they on, okay? It's pretty cool, and it's free. Okay, so this is something you definitely need to have on your website, because you can have the best website in the world, and you think it is, but you find out that people are getting onto a page and leaving quickly. Well, that's a different story now, okay? So you may need to adjust things and come back here and measure, all right? So there are several things in here that you can do. I could do a whole webinar on analytics alone, okay? But most importantly is we need to track, all right? Now, I'm saying advanced stuff here. Time for the advanced stuff, and well, don't panic. You thought, well, maybe I was getting some advanced stuff, but in reality is the advanced stuff is actually easier than the basics that I just gave you, okay? Do you remember how Mark talked about getting testimonials and reviews? Well, why do you do that? Because it's word of mouth, okay? If you're thinking about going to a restaurant somewhere, but you found out that somebody had food poisoning, are you going to go there? Probably not. Even if they're the best restaurant rated everywhere. If somebody said they got food poisoning and you don't know if they did or did not, you're probably not going to go there, okay? So what we're talking about is word of mouth via the internet, okay? So where did you hear about that restaurant? Where did you hear about somebody being sick? Did they call you? Did they text you? Did they put it on Facebook? Was it on Instagram? Who knows? Whatever way it was, what I'm trying to say here is this. Word of mouth is done online. People communicate word of mouth messages through the internet now, okay? And sure, people still talk. People still, you know, pick up the phone and call every now and then. But the reality is most people in this day and age, okay, they're doing it electronically. They're doing it with their phones. They're doing it with their iPads, okay? And these are the things that we got to consider. So, you know something? Search engines, and this is what advanced stuff is all about here. Search engines understand word of mouth very, very well, okay? So that what they are doing is they're actually rating websites based on their trust factor, based on authority that they have, okay? So let's take some very high authority, high trusted websites. How about, let's say, Yelp.com, YELP.com. Most of you are familiar with that. You see it come up in the search results a lot. It's a review site. Why? Because people are going in there and giving word of mouth testimonials. So get my point here? Okay. Amazon.com, very high authority, very high trust. Okay. All these different places that are on the internet that come with high trust and authority. Now, here's where this comes into play, and this is what I'm going to show you. When you connect from a very high trusted, high authority website back to you, that passes that information, that passes that trust and authority back to you as well. Not all of it, just a little bit, just enough to tell the search engines, hey, check out this site here when you come in and go through me. Let me just make you aware of this person over here. Maybe that's your website that we're connected to via some type of a link, okay? So that's the kind of stuff we're going to get into here, is talking about word of mouth online. But understand, I'm going to use the words trust and authority a lot here, okay? Now, so you do need the basic SEO elements. You still need to know where to put the keywords and things like that on the page, but that is not enough, okay? That was great 10 years ago. That is not enough anymore. Now you got to make other people believe that you are worthy of coming to, okay, especially search engines. Did you know that 79% of people use mobile devices to search and browse online? Absolutely. You're probably doing it right now. You're probably using an iPad or something, okay? Social media has never been more important in search results. Of course, social media is word of mouth advertising, and not to mention how blogs come into this as well. All right, so what we're going to talk about when it comes to this trust and authority is called the NAP. I mean, that doesn't mean go take a nap right now, but it means name, address, and phone number. That's your business name, address, and phone number. This is called a business citation, is the technical term for that, okay? So a business citation, or other words, also known as a NAP, name, address, and phone number, is the key, okay? That, when we take your NAP, your name, address, phone number, and put it on other directories, high authority websites, and by the way, we have a list of 10 of them that we want you to make sure that you get in. We're going to show you those here just a few minutes. But those high authority places, when you get your citation on them, you're also providing a link back to your website that passes along high trust and authority back to you, okay? These are key because this is what differentiates a brand new website from a website that's been online for 10 years or more, okay? If you get a lot of citations that point back to you, okay, you can make a brand new website and get traffic very quickly. It's amazing how that works, okay? Citations are mentions of your business name and address on other web pages. So when we get in like Yelp and Merchant Circle and all these other different ones, believe it or not, Facebook. Do you need Facebook? Yeah, but Facebook is just another place you can put your business citation. You think Facebook has a lot of authority? Sure it does, okay? Let's see, all other things being equal, businesses with greater number of citations will probably rank higher than businesses with fewer citations, absolutely. Citations validate businesses as part of a community and dramatically improve your local search engine rankings, that's for sure. And if you're trying to get ranked in your maps, local maps, you're going to find that the citations are the key to getting you in the local map results, okay? That's where the little pin placements are, the A, B, C, D, etc. Okay, so you can see here how we're going to connect your website is we're going to talk about trust and authority. And the way we're going to get that trust and authority is using your magic citation, okay? We're going to put your name, address, and phone number out there in certain directories and website properties to make that happen. Okay, so remember, when you're going to put your name, address, and phone number out there, here's something that you absolutely must be sure of. It has to be exactly the same way everywhere you place it. If you're going to take a note about anything, you want to note this. Your business name, address, and phone number has to be exactly the same on every web property out there. Otherwise, it causes discrepancies. You're saying, well, that's kind of crazy. In this day and age, you don't know the difference? Not necessarily, okay? Because one name or one character or change can differentiate your business from somebody else's business. Okay, so it's even if you're spelling out the word road, if you're spelling it RD versus ROAD, okay, that can make a big difference, and that business citation will not work as well for you. In fact, if anything, it can hurt you. Okay, so keep in mind, it has to go the same everywhere you put it. Think about optimization. When you're filling out these different citation websites, they give you the opportunity to put in keywords and categories. Think about what it is you do and where you do it, okay? Most importantly with a citation is what it is you do, not where you do it so much, okay? In your everything, fill out everything in your account, because a lot of these, they allow you a free account, and just make sure you fill everything out as much as possible. Don't leave anything blank if you can help it. And by the way, you don't have to buy anything from them either, okay? So a lot of them try to upgrade you to something better. You don't have to do that. That's totally up to you. If you want to do it, great. It can't hurt you, really. Could hurt your pocketbook after a while if it doesn't work, but my suggestion is just get the free ones and start there, okay? Okay, so we're going to get back to the directories here shortly, but what else builds your trust and your authority? Well, there is code, special code that me and my team, we use consistently on websites to make sure that we have a happy marriage between authority and trust and search engine providers, okay? So we also make sure that a website is mobile ready or mobile friendly. Okay, so make sure that it can appear not only on a great big giant screen TV, but can also fit down on a 2-inch mobile phone. Okay, links from other authoritative websites. Okay, as we were saying, when we get a link from another high authority website pointing back to you, that is a great help. And the more of those you get, the better. In fact, that's the number one thing that helps you. The number one thing that helps you get beyond your competitors is the number of authoritative links that you get back. Okay, connected links between your website and a Google Plus business page. Well, if you don't know what a Google Plus business page is, well, Google gives you a free page to list your business on. And you may already have one right now and you don't even know it, okay? In fact, you may have to go and claim it. So that's one of the citation places that you're going to go and get. Okay, but you want to make sure that this business page links back to your website and has your hours and all that stuff in it, okay? And that is a critical trust and authority link back to your website. Okay, local maps. And you remember what the maps are. That's a little, Google map there that has all the little pin markers, A, B, C, D, etc. And in there, and all that stuff in there to help you come up in the search results. Okay, so social media connections and use. Well, when we connect other social media sites, well, they're all word of mouth websites. If they connect to you, isn't that a good thing? Well, sure. That's why we use social media for business. Okay, one of the reasons anyway. So where can I see authority and trust websites? Well, one of the things that you're going to see in our resources that we have on our website is I got a great video on there that actually take you step by step through 4 different websites and find out why one ranks better than another. And what it all boils down to is it comes down to how much trust and authority one website has over another, and that's how Google is starting to rank them on the search results. So you can see here, the hair salon in Stoughton, Wisconsin, okay, you can see that it's ranking very high because it has a lot of high trust and a lot of high authority, and they do a lot of social media work too. I know these, I know them personally, Bree and Amber Luke. They come very highly recommended, especially when it comes to doing a lot of social media. They do it well and they do it often, and that builds a lot of trusted authority links out there via social media, which spreads word of mouth, which is exactly what search engines are looking for, and they get rewarded for that with high search results. Okay, websites, they need to be mobile ready. Absolutely. Well, here's an example of a member website where you can see this is something that we built for her, okay? And you can see that this is what it may look like on a desktop or on a laptop, okay? Now, if we take that same website and we put it on, let's say, an iPad or an iPhone or some type of cell phone, and and you can see it in the up and down mode here and not landscape, but you can, most of us would turn it landscape, but I just wanted to show you that this is what we call responsive design. It responds to whatever screen size is being looked at, okay? So it's very, very, very important to make sure that your website can do that. In fact, Google is actually sending out emails via Google Webmasters to webmasters who subscribe to that to let them know if they have any pages of their websites that are not mobile ready, okay? And they're letting you know flat out in the message. In fact, I wish I got that into this slideshow sooner. I would have shown you that email. They're telling you we are going to adjust your rank accordingly. Now, they didn't say they're going to rank it better, did they? They just said we're going to ranking accordingly based on your mobile friendliness. Okay, I can't imagine that means you're going to get better ranking. That means you're going to get worse ranking, is what they're really trying to say politely. They're saying make your website mobile or else. Okay, so you got to make sure your website is mobile friendly. All right, the impact of social media. Well, here's a 2014 marketing industry report that came out, and you can see the Facebook is up there, obviously, is one of the highest performing platforms. Well, why? Because a lot of people use it. And obviously, but a lot of people talk about things and review websites or review businesses on there via word of mouth. Okay, Twitter is another one. Twitter, personally, for the a business to consumer person, I don't really like it at all. Okay, it's not a favorite of mine. For business to business, it's not so bad, but for business to consumer, it's not a great model for me. LinkedIn, same thing. As for business to business, it's really not good for business to consumer, which is what a lot of you are. However, take a look at blogging. 58%, that's the red bar there. Blogging, very, very high. Blogs are online journals. It's something that you can control on your website. Okay, you can go and write articles about your experience of what you know and how you do it, etc. And when you're doing that, you're actually adding more and more content to your website with keywords in it. So remember how important I said that is? There you go. There's proof of it. Okay, YouTube, 50% of that share, that's getting higher and higher. In fact, take a look at this one. Not that one, but this one. What's trending for 2015? Take a look at 69% of increase in YouTube. Why? Because of attention span. Okay, would you rather watch a video about something or would you rather read a bunch of words? Okay, a bunch of text. You're probably going to watch a video if it's right there. Okay, so, and by the way, did you know that Google owns YouTube? It's the second largest search engine on the planet is YouTube. More people search in YouTube than they do in Bing and Yahoo. I won't say combined because that's not true, but they do search more in YouTube. I use it all the time. I use it. It's a great research tool for me. Not to mention entertaining, but it's also very highly researchable. Okay, now the back up on here. Is there a difference in social media platforms from business to consumer, which is you, or business to business? Okay, yeah, there is. Facebook is much better for that, where something like LinkedIn, not as great. LinkedIn is more about connecting to other businesses and things like that. Okay, but take a look at the presence of blogging and YouTube. Okay, more and more important. All right, so the benefits behind social media marketing, obviously improved sales, okay, increased exposure with as little as 6 or more hours a week. That doesn't mean you need to do this, okay, but with as little as 6 or more hours per week, the vast majority of marketers, 92% plus, indicated that their social media efforts increased exposure for their businesses. Think about that. Okay, why? Because it's word of mouth. Okay, generated leads. By spending as little as 6 hours per week, 64% of marketers see lead generation benefits with social media. Okay, so remember what social media is. It's word of mouth marketing, and we're using online technologies to do that. Your website, how it ties into all of this with your marketing, with social media, with everything, with the directories, it is your hub. It's your base. Okay, it is your online physical web property that you own that makes you a trusted, authoritative business. So if you don't have that online, you're in big trouble because all your competitors will. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, now the real benefits, reduced marketing expenses. Think about how much it costs for a Yellow Pages ad. It used to be about $400 just to have a listing per year. Okay, well, think about that. I mean, it's obnoxious to think that you get your Yellow Pages and it goes right into the recycling bin. Okay, at least mine do. I think Mike is actually sitting on his right now. Improve search rankings. Well, yeah. Okay, so the real benefits here, our search results are what we're trying to do, increase organic results. Increase traffic. A significant 78% of participants found that increased traffic occurred with a little as 6 hours a week. Okay. Now I'm not saying that you're going to need to put 6 hours a week into your website. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. I'm just saying that people that really, really push the envelope, these are the results that they got. Okay. All right. And we also develop loyal fans, of course. So not only do you want to get new clients, but we want to retain the ones that we have. Okay. Blogging. Okay, here we are back full circle once again about blogging. Why is blogging important? Because it gives information not just to the search engines, but it's also giving information to people who might be searching for what you're doing. Do you think that there's a possibility that somebody in your town may be searching for skincare tips? Take a look at the title of this blog post, Skincare Tips for Everyone. Do you think that there's a really good chance that this blog post comes up in a search result? Absolutely. Okay, that's the idea behind you doing blogging, is tell people what you know, okay? You do not go into a blog and sell, 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 sell. If you do that, it's just like a commercial. People are going to tune you out and never going to look at it. Okay, but if you answer questions, if you solve a problem, if you give information, okay, you have to give to get. And even if nobody is reading your blog, don't be discouraged. I guarantee you search engines are reading your blog post. As a matter of fact, a benefit behind a blog post, especially with a resource we use, which is WordPress, is that every time you press publish and make a new blog post, it automatically tells all the search engines, blogging directories, etc., through different services online, in an instant that you just posted new content, come check me out, okay? How can you get a better connection to a search engine than that, okay? So you can see how powerful blogging can be. All right, YouTube, I already said, the second biggest search engine on the planet. What if you had a nice little intro to your salon or your spa right there in the front on the web page, okay? Or maybe a customer client testimonial or a review. Yeah, it's excellent. And I guarantee you somebody's going to click and watch it, no doubt. Okay, did you know that your website is 53% more likely to appear on the first page of Google if you have a video on it? Yeah, Forrester research, okay? Let's face it. Again, Google owns YouTube, so why would they not want to promote that? Okay, the impact of YouTube. Okay, we already know about its place, but places higher priority in search results in page one, even in the local map results. Easily shared everywhere, all age groups, and YouTube is free to use. You can get a free account, and you can upload from your smartphone or your iPad or whatever. You can have somebody sitting in your chair, and they're just raving about the work you just did. And you say, would you mind giving me a quick review? And you record them real quick, 15, 20 seconds, boom. Use an app that's on your phone, your iPad, whichever, and send it right to your YouTube channel. You just have an instant video that quick. And it took you minutes, if that, okay? Search engines get free local business listings on their maps. So we talked about how you have a website, how you have these directories out there, how you get content on your website, so you can see how this is all building up, okay? But Google and Bing and Yahoo all wish to deliver local businesses, okay? In fact, they give them higher ranking priority than anything else. And one of the things that you can get is you can get a free Google Places for Business listing, or put yourself on the map in Google, and there's a link to do that. Don't go there now, okay? All you have to do is search business in Google, and this will come up automatically, okay? But you will need a Google account, and if not, you can create a free Gmail account, etc. But we have all the resources that show you, including videos, step by step, how to do this, okay? All right, local map results. So there we go. Here's a Google map result. See how they give you a little infographic off to the right? They show any pictures that you've uploaded. They show your map location, your hours, your full business citation, okay, which is your name and your address and your phone number, okay? They show you if there's any reviews coming back to you. And you can see how that can come up as well on the map results down below. Okay, so you can see how critical that is about getting these things in place. Yahoo, they also have one there. Listings.local.yahoo.com is one of the ways you can get to them. Not as comprehensive as Google, but you can still get a map listing and get found in the search results there as well. Okay, so that's another place you want to get. Same thing with Bing. Bing has map results as well. You want to go to bingplaces.com, get your map results there too. Okay. Now the only thing with Bing and Yahoo is remember that make sure that you're using the right business categories when you're filling them out. Okay. Remember I told you about the different online citation sources, the different online directories that you can get into. Well, here's the top 10 that we recommend for beauty salons, the spas. Okay. Yelp being number one, yellowpages.com. Now again, remember, these all offer you free listings, but they will try to upgrade you immediately to get into a paid subscription type. Don't worry about that. Just get the free listing, get your citation in there, fill everything out completely, including your business hours. Make sure your citation is exactly the same from one to the next. Now remember, the little list right here that we're giving you here, this is only a drop in a very large swimming pool of different citation sources that are out there that you can get links back from. Okay. Directories tip. Make sure that if you get the opportunity to send people to your directory, let's say Yelp is something that you use often, or Google maybe, ask your customers, can you give us a review? Okay. If you have to bribe them, I can't tell you to bribe them, but I won't make any suggested notions here, but let's put it this way. Any way you can get somebody to give you a review, you want to try to do it, okay? Do not let them do the review from your business location though, okay? Reason being is because the IP address, which is the location on the internet of that business, if they keep sending reviews from that one business location, the directories are going to say, well, this is the owner of the business making these reviews. I'm not going to trust these, and they're not going to work, okay? So tell them to go home, give them an address, whatever you have to do. Give them a little card, piece of paper, send them an email with a thank you in it, with a link to the review page, whatever you got to do. But don't let them do it sitting there at your business, okay? All right. And the reason why I tell you that is because I had somebody doing that for a year, and he couldn't figure out why none of them worked or ever showed up. It's because he had them going over to the computer in their salon, putting in the reviews, and they were all useless. So don't do that. All right, a couple more tips. Do you live in a small town? That's okay, because Google will actually do a radial search in the area around you. So if you live in one town and you're trying to get clients from the neighboring town, no problem. Don't worry about that. You optimize your website all with your town, okay? If somebody in a neighboring town is searching for what you do and where you do it, and if your website builds that trust and authority, Google is going to expand its radius and bring you up in the search results, okay? So you don't have to include every single town around you as a keyword on your website. Just worry about where you do it and what you do, okay? Let's see, describe your business with terms that your customers find you. Sure. What do you do? A salon, spa? Use all three categories. Google actually gives you more than three now. I needed to change that, but use all the categories that Google has to offer when you're going and filling out these different review places and these different online directories. Okay. Let's see. Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is very important to have. Now, a little note about Facebook. I'm not going to do a whole webinar here on Facebook, but you can have a Facebook account with your personal timeline and newsfeed, and then you can also have a Facebook business page, which is different. It can be all on the same account, okay? But one is public and the other one is not. One, then how you know the difference is if you have a Facebook page, you can like the page. There's a like button on it. If you have a personal timeline, you cannot like it, okay? You need to have a Facebook business page to get that citation coming back to your website, to get your name, address, and phone number and a link on there, okay? So it's very simple to do. On the left-hand side of Facebook, in your news feed, you will see business page, or pages, actually. So if you don't have a business page, then go ahead and do that. And by the way, we have the resource, okay, on our site that takes you step by step by how to do that as well, okay? All right, so that's going to bring up a whole bunch of questions. So fire away, Mike.
Yep, we've got a lot of questions coming in. Our salon has moved, and we cannot seem to get the old address to go away on the local maps and directions feature. Do you have any tips on how to get this updated?
Yeah, first off, you got to make sure that you own that listing, okay? As long as you can claim that listing online and you have the ability to log into it, you can do all those corrections right there. Again, we have the resources and videos within our stuff here at the end here that actually show you not only how to build that, but it can also show you how to correct that, okay?
Are you allowed to have more than one domain?
Absolutely. You can have as many domains as you wish. However, only one domain name. Remember what a domain name is. That's a website address like www.mysalon.com, okay? you can only have one that actually gets used on your website. You can have all the other ones point to your website though. So you can have Best Hair Salon in mytown.com being used for your website. And on your business cards, you could have jennyshairsalon.com. Okay. And we could have jennyshairsalon.com forward to your other website. Okay. So you can have as many as you wish, but remember, only one is searchable.
Couple questions about blogging. How do I blog, and what will it do for my website again? And well, I'll wait to ask you the second part.
Okay. What blogging is online journaling. It's your ability, and our resource with WordPress, you have the ability to log into your website and make changes at will. Not only that, you have the ability to go in and type in a heading and just start typing in what it is you want to talk about, just like making an email. Okay. And with that, you want to help people. You want to give them information. You want to give your expertise. You want to solve problems and make sure that keywords are in there that people may be searching for in the future.
When blogging, how does it check for accuracy, and what about product claim accuracy?
Well, accuracy comes down to you. How much do you know the subject? Okay, so if I were you, I would go and research what it is you're talking about a little bit. Unless you already are an expert in that area, then you don't have to worry about that. Okay, but the search engines are not going to qualify or disqualify what you have to say for any comparison reasons.
What will videos do for my website, and how do I get a YouTube channel?
Okay, well, videos give people instant interaction, visual interaction with you, what you're about, your salon perhaps, whatever it is that you have to show, or even customer reviews to build up that word of mouth. Okay, and getting a free YouTube channel is simple. Just by having a Google account, you can get a free YouTube account too. Again, we have the resources and video that take you from as a beginner person who's never been doing it ever before, step by step on how to get all that.
Can the telemarketers offering to improve my Google rankings really do more or faster than I can?
Yeah, probably they could, but here's the problem. You don't know who to trust because a lot of them are fly-by-night or hobbyists, okay, and they act like they're big companies, and I get approached by them every single day. And the fact is that a lot of them will take your money up front, say they're going to do something, and you find out you got nothing for it, okay? So unless they're a reputable place, don't even bother. And even if they are a reputable place, there's a company called the Berry Company that does a lot of stuff for Yellow Pages, etc. Okay, some of you probably had a run-in with them. Okay, it costs you a lot of money every month, and you found out you got nothing out of it except for pay-per-click ads. Believe me, I have resources to show you how to market your website, both free and both paid. There's a lot of free resources that we can show you how to really take your website to the next level.
I'm not sure what this is, but I already have a website through Wix. Will I be able to tweak my website with all these great tips?
Probably not. With Wix, you got the free website builder, and what they try to do is they sell you a monthly fee afterwards. They do give you a place where you can put in a title, a couple of keywords, and maybe a description. But the fact is, in order to get into the actual code itself, to put the different things that are needed, especially to separate you from all the cookie cutters out there, you're not going to be able to do that. Okay, but you can always transfer your domain name away from them into a better website.
Is there a way to take comments or recommendations from one site to another without clients having to go into each? Not quite sure what she means there, but.
Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure either, but if you're talking about reviews or comments that people have left, there's really no way to, you don't want to transfer them. You don't want to duplicate your reviews anywhere either. You want to keep all your content as original as possible. You don't want to duplicate it everywhere. I'm not 100% sure about that, but you can check with us later.
A lot of great questions, by the way. This is a good question. I'm moving in about 4 or 5 months. Should I wait until I move to start this or get started right away?
No, you want to get going now, okay? Because it takes time for these things to build anyway. The sooner you get established, the better it's going to be when your move actually takes place. Because what happens is search engines are propagating your information, and in the meantime, you can be building trust and authority. So when you do make the move, it's going to happen all that much faster for you.
Does Instagram rank?
Instagram. Well, Instagram's owned by Facebook, and Instagram does come up in search results, and it's very favorable to you. So if you have the opportunity to use it, use it.
Okay, we are good. Great. Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break here, and then I'm going to wrap this up and show you what these websites look like and go over the process. It's 10:45 right now. 10:50. We'll see you back here. John, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
And John will be here to answer any additional questions as well.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
All right, everybody. Part 4, this is Mike. I'm going to show you all the elements, the formula of the website, go into it in detail. And then for those of you that are interested in taking advantage of us building a site for you, I'm going to explore that opportunity with you as well. So building it right. Formula: great marketing combined with great search engine optimization combined with salon and spa industry knowledge combined with years of testing equal hundreds of successful salon and spa and stylist websites. Here's the only website formula that will drive in new salon spa clients into your business every week. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to show you what a stylist website looks like as well. This is our demo model. Keep in mind that we want you to brand the website to your business. We absolutely want to do that, but we want to do that in keeping the integrity of the formula that we have created. So there's a balanced line between a pretty website and a website that generates you new clients. We think that we've done a good job balancing that line. Our websites are attractive, but they're not absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. But if you took our formula, our website that's attractive, and you put it up against a website that was absolutely gorgeous with our formula, because it's impossible to have an absolutely gorgeous website with our formula, our website will outperform it 10 to 1. 100% of the time. So that's why it's very important that you understand the importance of having this marketing tool online working for you. Okay, so we're going to go into detail with this site. This is what a stylist site looks like. It's primarily the same thing, only there isn't a reason to have an employment opportunity guide on it. I'll get into what an employment opportunity guide is. It may not require as many pages as well, because obviously when you're doing meeting the team or something of that nature, you're just meeting one stylist. So they are essentially the same thing, maybe a few lesser pages, but primarily they are the same thing. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is above the fold. So if you're looking at this on a laptop or a desktop, or even on a good sized mobile device, like a tablet or something of that nature, which my wife lives on her tablet. This is what you're going to see. This is what we would call above the fold. So you would scroll down to see the rest of the website, but what your prospect initially sees is very important, because this is what's going to capture their attention, invoke curiosity. It's going to get them to stay on the website for any period of time. So you can, so the formula can work its magic and get that person to call you at the highest possible percentage. So what's above the fold? The phone number's at the top. Big bold guarantee is right in your banner. The menu. Example: home, blog, services, testimonial, locations an hour, photo gallery, employment if you are a salon. 9 reasons: begin. Those answer the question, what's in it for me? With a strong offer and with a deadline date. Okay, you see the first-time visitor coupon there? That is essential for websites. It completes the direct response formula. Now, keep in mind, this does not mean you are a coupon salon or a coupon stylist, but you absolutely need an offer on your website to close the deal. I don't care if a person makes $1 million a year or if they make $20,000 a year. They will respond the same way, regardless of their economic condition. They will respond the same way, and it's essential. It's just how people are hardwired. They respond to offers, and you have to have one on your website to close the deal. Okay, so let's move on. Middle fold. So this is when you scroll down. You see the Facebook feed in, continue with the 9 reasons, including the guarantee, opt-in for a newsletter, and employment opportunity guide opt-in along with the social media integration. Okay, so what are opt-ins? Well, if you click on the Get Our Newsletter, it takes the person who's on the website to a page that asks for their first name and their email. That would be required. They're opting in to get your newsletter every month. You're building a list to send out your newsletter to market to get them to eventually become a client of yours, because we know that maybe we know that for sure some of the people that end up on your website aren't ready to buy when you're ready for them to buy. But if you do a good job staying in contact with them, marketing to them when they are ready to make a change, or they are ready to get married and have their wedding party taken care of, they're going to choose your salon over all the others because you've continued to market to them. Below that, you see the Employment Opportunity Guide. This is a fabulous tool, and we talk about this on Member Central. And if you're not clear on how this works, just go to Member Central and read under that tab. We go into detail how this works. But basically, you'd want to take an ad out on Craigslist and drive them to this page on your website. And it's a guide, and we provide the guide for you to edit. A person would have to opt in to get that guide, and you would stay in contact with them as well via email. And when they're ready to make a move, because you've done a great job keeping in contact with them, they're going to choose your salon over all the others. This is a really unique, really surefire way to get more stylists for your business. If you are in the business or need more techs or stylists, this is a great way to stay in the game 24/7, 365. That employment opportunity. It's unique, and it really works well. Okay, bottom fold, you see the consumer awareness opt-in. You see the YouTube video along with the social media integration continues. The salon name or the stylist name, the location, including map and directions, and your guarantee. These are all essential. John talked about the importance of video on your websites. What was the percentage of rankings for websites that have video? They rank, was it 5 times more?
Yeah, it wasn't a percentage, but I didn't have an actual graph for that, but the probability of them ranking on the first page is way higher than anything else.
Yeah.
That was a percentage for something else, actually.
Right. So if you have, when we're talking about videos, we're talking about 2-3 minute non-professional videos. Just take your phone and do a video on a new product, on a new service, on how to flat iron your hair, on a testimonial. There's a million things that you can do with that. And the idea is to get it integrated on your website. And when you do that, you're essentially really helping your rankings in the short term and the long run. If you have a spa, this is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. You could have 50 short videos on different spa services and different spa products. It's really a great way for both salons and spas and stylists to get some good value through doing videos. And like I said, it shouldn't be professional. It should be a homemade video, and just do it on your phone and put it in your YouTube channel and integrate it with your website. Okay, so also when you go from page to page, when a visitor goes from page to page, let's say they go to your testimonials, they go to your service page, they go to your locations and hours, your contact us, your blog page, your photo gallery, any page that they're on, this outer frame needs to show up, because when something on that page is going to entice that person to take action. Like if they're on this testimonial page and they're reading these testimonials and they're going to say to themselves, man, I got to take advantage of this salon. This is the salon or the stylist that I've been looking for. So you don't want to have them go back to the homepage and search for your phone number or search for that first-time visitor. You want it for that first-time visitor coupon. You want it to be on every single page that person is on. So when they're ready to take action, it's right there in front of them. So that is a really good key topic. Responsive for all mobile devices. You know that people primarily are looking for your services on their tablets or on their phones. Your website has to fit the screen that they are looking at for your services. That alone is going to separate you from a lot of websites, because a lot of websites out there, salon and spa websites and stylist websites, don't do that. You have to scroll side to side, and that is just really annoying, and you're going to lose those visitors if it doesn't fit the screen that a prospect or a prospective client is looking at. So that's very important. Okay, let's move right on, and then we'll take questions afterwards. How's that sound, John?
Sure.
All right. So, like I said, we want to give you an opportunity to take advantage of our website program. And that was a lot of information. You may be feeling a tad overwhelmed at this point, and that's perfectly okay. Basically, this means that you have two choices on where to go from here. Choice one, you can take all the tips and info that we just gave you and try to put the pieces of the puzzle together on your own and make a website with social media and YouTube video integration without assistance from us. And who knows, you may, over time, one day see some progress. It will take you longer, of course, and you'll make a lot of painful mistakes, but you can choose this. Or there's the smarter choice, the one really savvy salon and spa owners and stylists have taken. And it's to speed up their progress towards getting new clients and boosting their profits. The only true website package new client generating system specifically for salons and spas and stylists that requires as little effort on your part as possible, yet is still the only surefire and cost-effective way to consistently attract new clients and boost profits from your online efforts. This radically simple yet effective new client generating website system will work for you even if you are located anywhere in the English-speaking world, are in a small town or big city, are a small salon or spa with one or few chairs, or a big salon or spa with several chairs, are an independent stylist or tech, offer a few services or have several services, are a chair, booth, or suite renter, are a commissioned salon or spa or salary, or you pay by the hour, are super busy because this is a lifestyle-friendly website program, are not computer net or internet savvy, are new to the salon or spa industry, or a seasoned salon or spa owner. Don't you think you've been deceived enough? Isn't it time to start using what's proven to work for our industry? The benefits of more clients, more money, more freedom, less stress, and a happier version of yourself? Let's just look at what these website members have done. Lisa McCullen, 450 new clients, 16 employment opportunity opt-ins. Jason Lacey, 57 new clients in 3 months. Brian Amber, over 350 new clients in the last year and 34 employee opt-ins. Sherry Danforth, 43 new clients in the last 6 weeks. Yvette Hall, 17 new clients a month. Richard and Heather, averaging 13 new clients a month in their spa. Sharon, 127 new clients and 49 employee opportunity requests. Alfredo, 56 new clients in 3 months. Pam, 17 new clients a month. Ron, averaging 12 new clients a month. Debbie, 161 new clients in the last 6 months. Sally and Heather, 37 new clients in the last 3 months. Jim, 19 new clients this past month alone, and a total of 37 employee opportunity requests. Mindy, averaging 27 new clients a month, 4 employee opportunity requests per month. Let's take a look at what's inside your salon website social media integration package. Included complete customized device responsive direct response website with social media YouTube video integration package designed and SEO optimized, including an inclusive delivery system. To be more direct, you're going to have a website integrated with social media that's going to kick you know what for a long time. We'll build your customized website with our key ingredients to be a direct response with your unique copy and compelling sales letter and messages. Let's take a look. Including creating the perfect banner customized for you, phone number, bold guarantee, your picture, your logo. If you don't have one, we'll help you create one. Including 9 reason example document for you to edit and make your own. Including first-time visitor coupon with deadline date and all-inclusive delivery system. Including monthly client newsletter opt-in and all-inclusive delivery system. Including social media Facebook website integration. Including consumer awareness guide, includes copy for editing and all-inclusive delivery system. Including employment opportunity guide for you to edit and all-inclusive delivery system. Including YouTube video website integration. Including easy to navigate menu with unlimited pages. Including Google Map with location. Including blogging platform. Including testimonial platform with your approval to publish. Including completely responsive to all devices, desktop, laptop, iPad, Nook, all mobile phones or anything else out there. Complete website package designed and SEO optimized. We'll build your website with the key ingredients to be a direct response website with your unique copy and compelling sales letter and messages. This includes inserting your logo, picture, phone number, headline, body content, location and hours, our staff, employment, testimonial, links for online bookings, blog, and contact information, and any additional pages you require or want. No limit. Turnkey manage and support includes domain setup, hosting, account creation and configuration, personal and staff email address creation, changes, enhancements, and edits to the content of your site. No nickel and diming you. Email manager integration includes the ability to email your entire client base from your account and build your list directly from your web forms on your site. Automated follow-up marketing, a complete email automated follow-up system for anyone that interacts with your website in the following ways. 2 automated follow-ups with clients per month. 2 automated follow-ups with prospects per month. 2 automated follow-ups with potential employees per month. Free report delivery system, consumer awareness guide, done for you. Employment opportunity guide, done for you. Client newsletter, done for you. Complete Google Analytics integration. Every page will have tracking codes so you'll know what people are looking at. You can track keywords and visitors and traffic. Complete support and customization. You'll have direct email and phone access to our developer. He'll work with you to make sure your branding is expressed with respect to guidelines of direct response and our unique formula. You've no doubt noticed that this website social media program is, without question, the most comprehensive new client generating and profit boosting online system there is. Now you may be thinking, I bet any website social media proven system that can give me all this would cost a small fortune. And in all honesty, it really should. After all, this exact website social media program has already helped hundreds of salons and spas owners and stylists achieve getting all the new clients they wanted faster and easier than ever. Now you can see why the complete website social media package sold by itself is valued at $2,997. Yet that price is not for you. We have a much better deal headed your way. So by all means, keep watching. And you're not just receiving the website social media package today. Just for being on this webinar today, we'd like to give you 3 free months of our unlimited support and management, a $147 value, absolutely free. Of course, you could choose to continue down the path you're on right now and end up spending 5, 7, even 10 times more the investment you'll make today in the website social media package and direct costs and trying to market online and advertise online to get new clients on your own. Then there's the indirect cost of all your personal time and aggravation you'll spend trying to build your website yourself or have a local developer do it for you. And let's not forget the lost sales from not getting any new clients from online. That's a real killer, and that's just not what we desire for you. The good news is a much lower price for you today because, frankly, if you don't hurry up and get a website that works for you, your competitors will continue to get the new online clients you should be getting. So I refuse to let finances stop you. That means you will not be paying the retail value of $2,997 for the website social media package today. Nowhere close to that. It's not even going to be half that price. It's not even going to be $1,500. Your total investment today, including everything we just covered, plus 3 free months unlimited support and management, is now only one payment of $997, or if you prefer, 3 monthly payments of $347 and 3 free months of unlimited support and management, valued at $147 free. That brings your total value to over $4,400. Yet, just by taking action today, the entire turnkey website social media program with all the bonuses is yours for only one payment of $997 or 3 payments of $347. To lock in your super discounted price, which is extremely limited, click on the orange button that says Add to Cart or go to www.bestsalonwebsites.com. Don't decide right now. Try this on me for 1 full year. In fact, use my 100% no risk guarantee. 5 times your investment, 1 year guarantee. If after 1 year you can show us that your website didn't make 5 times your investment, then simply email or call us and get a full 100% refund. After all, if your website program doesn't deliver the results we're promising, we don't deserve to keep your money. All we ask is that you show us proof that you actually used at least 5 of the dozens of strategies outlined in today's webinar. Here's what will happen after you click on the Add to Cart button to the right or go directly to www.bestsalonwebsites.com. First, you'll be taken to a secure order page. Scroll down and fill out the information form and choose the best payment option for you. Then once you complete your order, you'll be directed to simple instructions on how to get started by sending us your vital information needed to build your site. This will include all of our contact information. Here's the limited time and exceptional offer with the drastically discounted price we have for you today. You can either choose one single payment of only $997, or if you prefer, 3 payments of $347. Plus, you'll also be receiving 3 free months of unlimited support and management valued at $49 per month. Questions?
Yeah, Mike, we've got quite a few actually. Number one, can you go over the pricing again?
Yep, absolutely. You can either choose one single payment of $997, or if you prefer, 3 payments of $347. You'll also be receiving 3 months free of unlimited support and management valued at $49 per month for our members. And let me just say while we're here that this is for our members only. If you are still on this webinar after we asked you not to be at the beginning, if you're still here, this is not available for non-members. We know that from past experience that the link is shared with whomever, and we do not build these websites for non-members. These are for members only. We want to reward and help only our members.
Okay, another one here. How quickly will my site go up?
John, why don't you go ahead and answer that one?
Okay, well, typically we do it as a first come, first served basis. And we only have a limited number of people that can actually get these websites at a time. So once you sign up, you will immediately be able to get your documents over to us. We walk you step by step through that process. It's all very simple, very easy to do. And of course, we're available to contact in case you do have questions. So typically, a website can take up to about 2 weeks once you have everything into us. So the key here is to do the work quickly, get everything done as much as you can, and get it in. We'll get your website up right away.
Also, I should let you know that we only build 25 websites per webinar. So we're going to take the first 25 of you that decide to have us build your website for you. Any more questions?
Yep. Says, can I look over a live member website?
No, we do not. When we build a member's website, we have gone into contract with them on the specific information they give us to build their website. As an example, if we were to give you a member's website and you copied the 9 reasons verbatim and put them on your own website, the search engines would the search engine rankings would go in the tank for our members' websites. So we don't share that information for that reason and other various reasons.
Can you go over the guarantee again, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. 5 times your investment, 1 year guarantee. If after 1 year you can show us that your website didn't make 5 times your investment, then simply email or call us and get a full 100% refund. We do not, after all, if our website program doesn't deliver the results we're promising, we don't deserve to keep your money. All we ask is that you show us proof that you actually used at least 5 of the dozens of strategies outlined in the webinar today.
Okay. What's included in the manage fee, and how much per month is that?
Okay, so you're getting 3 months free of that today. After your 3 months, it's $49 a month, and what's included is domain setup, hosting, account creation and configuration, personal and staff email address creation, enhancements, and edits to the content of your site, which I'm going to comment in a second. Web form and email manager integration includes all web forms integration from your site to your email manager and the ability to email your clients and prospect. Automated follow-up marketing to complete email automated follow-up system for anyone who interacts with your websites. Free report delivery system and complete Google Analytics and integration. Many of you who've built websites over the years, I know that they're not generating clients for you, but that's beside the point. You know that if you move or you brand your salon different colors or you make changes, when you go to make changes to your website, the cost of that is exuberant. They nickel and dime the crap out of you. Now we're talking about website builders or your local website developers. We do not do that. You're a member of ours. We take care of you. We make changes. If you decide that the color that you're changing the colors in your salon, and or if you've moved or whatever, and you need to brand your website to reflect your business, we do that for you as part of the program.
Okay, good. Here's one I just ordered, and how much time requirement is there on my end to get stuff going?
Okay, so you just ordered. Congratulations, great move. All right, so the time on your end. Now these are not cookie cutter websites. Okay, so we need your unique information to build these sites. Okay, and the reason why is because obviously it needs to be branded to your business, but also what might not be obvious is people who are searching for your services in your area, they use different keywords than in Rochester than they would in California. So we need your unique information. And what we've done is we've created a portal where you just go through the process of going through each step, and we ask you for certain information. It does require, you have to roll up your sleeves. This is not a this isn't like a whatever. It requires a little bit of work on your end. It has to make this website fantastic. So yeah, you got to roll up your sleeves and get us the information that we need to get this thing done in the way that it needs to be done. And there's some with blogging, you're always going to want to be updating your blogging as well. Well, we've done the very best job of making it as time efficient as possible. Okay, so let me just leave it at that. Mark, where are we at as far as websites?
11 left.
11 sites left, guys. We will answer all your questions. Anything else coming in, John?
Yeah, does this monthly fee include more than one domain name? Let me answer that.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Okay, the domain name is something that you actually get yourself. It's not part of this, but you know, it's pennies. You're talking about usually less than $20. Okay, you can get one domain name, or you can get 50 domain names. It doesn't matter, but you only need one for the website, and you are responsible for paying for your domain name every renewal period.
That's important too, because we want you to own your own domain. This is your website. It's not our website. If for whatever reason you want to take your website and have it hosted somewhere else, you're able to do that. Okay, and it's important that you own your own domain. I can't tell you how many members have been stuck when they originally built their website. They didn't own their domain. Somebody else bought their domain and built a website on it. So essentially, they didn't own their own website. So it's important to do that.
Okay, I think we're getting them caught up here. One question was, I'm a booth renter. How's this going to work for me?
Well, that's the same. You know, you're going to want to get the. We have a lot of stylists, booth renters who have their own website. The bottom line is, if you are responsible for generating your own clients, then you know an online marketing funnel with the website is a smart choice for you. All right. Any more questions, John?
No, I think we're caught up here, Mike.
All right. Great. So where are we at, Mark, as far as sites go?
7 left.
Okay, 7 left. We're going to leave this up for another few minutes here. We're going to turn, if you have any further questions, just type them in and we will answer them for you. But we're happy for those of you that took advantage of this, and smart move. And we'll keep this up and going for a few more minutes, but we're gonna mute this and take any questions that come in. So this will be up for a few more minutes. Okay, a couple questions here. When are the other two payments made each month after? 30 days from today. 30 days. All right, everybody. We are going to close this off. I want to thank everybody. We do have a few more available, so if you haven't taken advantage, you're going to want to do that ASAP. So you'll want to keep your tab open or just go to bestsalonwebsites.com. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the kind words. We're glad that you got a ton of information from today, and we look forward to getting these sites up and done for you. Like I said, we've tried to deliver this at the lowest cost we possibly could to you. If you've ever priced websites, you pay thousands for ones that don't work. And what we're doing here today is bringing you as affordable a one as we possibly can that actually generates new clients for you. And it's our pleasure to do that. We like to take good care of our members, and that's basically what we have. Thanks, everybody. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.